Look, we all like cool stuff, We want to see things that amaze us, wow us, and at times even frighten us. There are all sorts of attractions all over the world that you can go and see, but there are some that are truly meant to scare you to the max. Whether it be testing your fear of heights, animals, or just having a scary look or sound, some places are just plain freaky to visit, so allow us to show you the scariest attractions in the world. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 9. CN Tower Edgewalk. Let's get your heart pumping with an extreme attraction, shall we? In Canada, there is a place called the CN Tower, and one of the main attractions of this place is the CN Tower Edgewalk. If you can't tell, it is a place where you can look onto a railing overhead and walk on the edge of the tower as you look over Canada, Toronto to be specific. Since we know you're curious, you will be 1,168 feet in height, and that's way up there, not something you want to look down from, and yet, you will. You most definitely will. The question you might have going through your brain is, but won't we be safe up there? Now yes, you are secured to an overhead railing that you're upon, but there are no walls or handrails for you to hold on to. So, if the cord connecting you to the thing above was to have, say an accident, bad things will happen to you. We wouldn't want that. Number 8. Running of the Bulls. Spain is a great place, no doubt about it, but they do have things that leave you scratching your head in terms of how is this still a thing? The biggest one of them being the running of the bulls in Pamplona. During this event, thrill seekers crowd the streets of Pamplona in an area guarded off. Then a set of fighter bulls charge down the streets, and thrill seekers have to run 875 meters in order to get to safety. Anyone and everyone who participates in this event is risking their lives from the moment they enter the arena. And to be clear, yes, there have been deaths at this event, 16 in fact, with hundreds of injuries piling up over the years to further cement how dangerous it is. Yet despite all the dangers, that event still goes on every July in Pamplona with many thousands of onlookers. Is it because they want to see them injured? Are they really expecting no one to get hurt? It's honestly hard to say, and despite protests of the event, it continues on. Number 7. X-Scream. Roller coasters and thrill rides are by definition scary attractions because of the heights and speeds that many of them have. But some rides, they take it to another level, such as the X-Scream. This ride stands on top of the Stratosphere Tower in Las Vegas. It's a short ride, but the intent is to scare you while you ride it. For once you get on this ride, you'll be tilted downwards and make your way through the 69-foot track. And once you reach the end, you'll actually be dangling just off the tower, 886 feet off the ground. So yeah, not for the faint of heart, but hey, then again, neither is Las Vegas. Number 6. Theme Park Bridge. Now this might sound a bit low-key, but don't worry, this will be explained soon, and you'll see why many are hesitant to ride this ride, if you will. Now this attraction can be found in China's Chongqing, where a theme park does indeed have a bridge that you can walk across as part of the experience. But the experience is that the bridge, it's not fully formed. Rather, there are platforms that you move across, like you're almost hopping across stones on the water, except you're 300 meters off the ground. Now to be clear, you do have a harness and a cord protecting you, and the ride gives you insurance should the worst happen and you get hurt. Not that this is a comfort considering what happens if the worst were to come to pass. In fact, there is even video of a man and his harness separating and him barely surviving because of dumb luck. Some people though have no fear and try to have some extra fun as they race across the bridge. Hey, to each their own apparently. Number 5. Volcano Surfing. Yep, this is a real thing, and actually it's more popular than you would likely expect. But to be clear, they're not riding on lava, rather they're surfing down the slopes of formerly erupted volcanoes. The most popular slope is the Cerro Negro near León in western Nicaragua. Riders hike up the volcano and slide down, sitting or standing on a thin plywood or metal board. The sport is also practiced on Mount Yasur in Tana, Vanuatu. Now make no mistake though, volcano surfing is an extreme sport. Potential dangers include falling off and getting cut by the rough volcanic ash, breathing poisonous gases, contracting histoplasmosis, or just being hit by flying molten lava. So yeah, there's a lot to look out for. Not that the surfers mind, they just see it as more of a challenge. Protective gear, including jumpsuits and goggles, are used to help protect the surfers, and it honestly does work. So if you're waiting for the catch, well, that would be that while they usually don't ride down active volcanoes, they do ride down ones that could still erupt, so they're pressing their luck every time they climb up. Number 4, Furious Baco. On the surface, this may just seem like a regular roller coaster, but you would be wrong. In Spain, the Furious Baco was at one time the fastest ride on the continent. But it's not just the speeds that should scare you, it's how the ride moves you around as you go through the track that is truly terrifying. In short, you're not in typical seats or carts like regular roller coasters. Instead, you're in your own personal seat that leans, rolls, and twists with the ride, including you going completely 360 degrees at some points in the ride. This may make you feel like you're going out of control and literally flying through the air at certain points. Which brings us back to the speed. The acceleration of the ride is so intense that it actually goes beyond the acceleration of gravity itself. This is a ride for die-hard thrill seekers who want nothing more than to feel the adrenaline pumping throughout their body until the end. So yeah, crazy people, it's for crazy people. I'm just saying. Number 3, Shark Croc Cage. The animal kingdom is one of the most important parts of our world in all the ways that matter. We've learned to respect the circle of life and the food chain, as it were, in terms of the predators that exist out there. And yet, some people will literally jump into a cage to go and be near some of these more dangerous predators, even paying money to do so. There are parks where you can go and get into the cages so that you can swim with the sharks and crocs that are there. The one in Australia is part of a park with the attraction called the Cage of Death. And in Africa, you won't just be swimming with sharks, you'll be swimming with great white sharks, the most feared shark in the world today. Now the irony though is that while many people will tell you it's safe, they can't guarantee that. Sharks have broken into shark cages before, and crocs, well, they're not slackers either. Number 2, Zip World Velocity. The activity of ziplining is done all over the world, but in Wales, they take this to the next level via Zip World Velocity. In short, you'll be flying Superman style, meaning horizontally, across a kilometer of terrain in just about a minute. It is fast, it is intense, and it is quite the attraction. The other thing that makes this particular attraction so terrifying is that the views may be pretty, but they're also very rugged, to the extent that you're basically flying over rocks at certain points. And falling would mean you literally hitting the hardest surface possible, ensuring that injury is going to happen. It likely won't, but it could. Number 1, Door to Hell. In Turkmenistan and the Ahal province, the year 1971, the Russians, who were Soviets at the time, tried looking for oil in the area around Ruiz. Unbeknownst to them, there was a pocket of methane where they were drilling, and they accidentally hit it. This caused the oil platform they were drilling in to collapse into the pocket, and a massive crater 230 feet wide was born. But wait, there's more to come. You see, the gas started to leak into the air, so the Soviets decided to strike a match, so to speak, and burn the methane out. Unfortunately for them, not only did it not work, that crater is still on fire. That's right, it is still burning to this day, 47 years later. People are able to go and witness this ever-burning crater and behold its burning glory. It is impressive, but it is also terrifying. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the various attractions of the world that are honestly a bit too scary for some and just freaky enough for others? Do you get chills just looking at some of these places? Do you think you would ever dare to go and try out some of these things for yourself? Do you know another scary attraction that would fit on this list? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.